As engineering students, we have a lot of things to read all the time. Big books, thick books, academic literature, course books, e-books, and so on. How do we read literature the best way? Course literature is meant to be read in 3 steps. These 3 steps are: you start with a table of contents. Then you do an overview of the entire book. And only at the last, 3rd stage, do you do a deep, close reading, one part at a time. If you start by doing the slow, close reading, trying to really understand what you're reading, then you are too eager. You should wait. It takes time to understand these types of books that we have at the university level. We start by reading the table of contents in order to get an overview of the entire book. The table of contents is a summary. It's something the author has put down in order to help you get through the book. Chapter by chapter, you read through it, asking yourself, what do I know about this from beforehand? Do I have any kind of previous knowledge? And the answer is, you always do. The worst thing that can happen when you read the title of a chapter is that, hey, this is a new word, I don't know this word. Doesn't matter, because now at least you have seen it. And that will make a difference later on when you're going to read that chapter. Go through the table of contents, the entire table of contents, and that will give you a picture of the whole book. Second, the overview. I also call this disarming the book or demystifying it, because some people feel so stressed about their literature, about all things they have to read, that they postpone even opening the books. You have to make the book less scary. This means browsing through the book, 1 page at a time, a couple of seconds only, 5 seconds between each page turn. Look at the pages, don't read it. When you go through the book like this, you should be very relaxed. You should tell yourself, these are things I don't have to understand now. These are things I don't know, but that I will learn eventually. Become friends with your books. If it's an e-book, you will scroll on the screen, but it's the same thing. Familiarize yourself with the book. 15 minutes, that's it. Browse through the book in 15 minutes, and then you do the same thing the day after. Do the same thing a 3rd time. Do the same thing on the 4th day, and so on, until you start to feel, hey, I've been here before. When you start to recognize the pages, the layout, the pictures, then you know that this book has become demystified, disarmed. It has become familiar. Now you're ready to read it closely, in depth. And that is the 3rd step. The 3rd step is take 20 minutes at a time, no more. If you read for hours at a time, you will start forgetting while you are reading. And that is not a good way to read. You should read 20 minutes at a time, in chunks. Take a couple of pages, read through it, ask yourself questions. How could I summarize this? How does this relate to things that I already know about? How could I use this? Ask questions. Then you should take a short break. And after the break, say 5-10 minutes, you should review what you just read and check. Ask yourself questions. Do you still remember what it was that you read? This way, you will be able to read any kind of academic literature. It is read top-down, table of contents, then an overview, and then a close, deep reading. Not like you read novels, not 1 page at a time, slowly. Academic literature is written, it is meant to be read this way. So if you learn this technique, you will save a lot of time.